We're in Paris to watch them open a mysterious lead sarcophagus that was discovered in March 2022 after the famed Notre Dame Cathedral was undergoing repairs. Because of the fire in 2019 that should have burned pretty much everything in the church, except it certainly didn't burn the solid lead sarcophagus.
Oh, no!
It was under the floor.
Do not open that fucking sarcophagus, bro.
You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah! Good morning! And welcome to episode 924 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today, Pat's got a cup of coffee in the big time full of InfoWars, mask mandates, and Madison Cawthorn.
The big three.
Big three.
I'll say.
A red roast today. Kind of.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like that. Kind of. It's all over. It's purple. It's black. It's blue. We're also going to talk about the #1 trending topic of yesterday, which is a real fun one. And it's unexpected.
Very, very nice. Mark's got another masturbator after that.
Is it the same guy from the plane? Is it the Southwest guy?
Ooh.
Is it? You'll have to wait.
Interesting. I've got China, France, and space in the TikTok International Moment. And then Wes has some porn stuff to finish things off at the end. You might call that the money shot.
Yeah, that's right. Closing it out with porn.
Yeah.
Back shots.
Closing the laptop on the porn.
I was going to call that the money shot, whether Mark or Wes went last, because they both. Yeah.
I don't think my guy finished.
Oh no!
Wow.
Okay.
Hey, real quick,
happy accident.
Well, Will, what do you got? What do you got?
Order there.
Yeah. What
do I got? What?
Spain, space, and
okay, Spain, space. Because I was going to ask Wes.
China, France, and space.
China, France.
I was going to ask Wes if he could maybe just real quick regale us of that story when he walked into his place of work in Washington D.C. and then open the laptop.
Oh, sure. You want me to do it now or when I get to my story?
We can save it at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's perfect for my story. I will
regale
it.
Work it in there.
You can work it into mine. Work it in wherever it feels right, Wes.
Yeah. Remember it like yesterday.
Yeah. So do your coworkers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do this.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
All right, guys, it's Humorous Day today. It's one of the days that it is, so hopefully we nail it. But I do have a fun fact for you. These are math-related facts. Couple.
Interesting.
So first math-related fact is you can cut 8 pieces by only using 3 cuts. You can do that a pie or cake or wherever you want to do it. 8 pieces, just 3 cuts. Did you know that?
I think I remember that. Sure.
Here's another one. Dividing by 0 once put a U.S. Navy warship out of action. Can you believe it? In 1997, an unwitting crew member on board the USS Yorktown wrongly entered a 0 into one of the ship's computers, and this caused the ship's software to divide by 0, meaning it was stranded and unable to move for over 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Here's another fun one.
Can't divide by 0. Yeah.
No, you can't divide by 0.
You'd think they would have something in there that would, a protocol that would be like, hey, that was an accident. But no, not at the time.
Math is important, guys. When 2 even numbers are added, the result is always an even number. That's a cool one, right? And finally, if a white student in Florida hears about the enslavement and prejudice towards black people that makes up the vast majority of the history of this country, more than 3 times starts to mess with their self-esteem. So 4 fun facts about math. Moving right along.
Is that because the math books don't
yes,
do math?
That's because I was making a joke, but there's also not critical race theory in math books in Florida. But DeSantis was
not anymore. Not anymore. There
have you reviewed all the textbooks yourself?
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. So no,
have you reviewed them? I mean, have you poured through the evidence?
You know who hasn't is Ron DeSantis. He was asked in a press conference yesterday if he could give an example of critical race theory in the math textbook. And he called out I guess there was a problem somehow related to the life of Maya Angelou that had to do with prostitution and pimping. And it was not from any sort of curriculum or textbook. It was from outside of the curriculum, someone that brought it in, not in the textbook. And he pointed to that, and someone was like, "That's not in the textbook." But he had no examples that were actually in the textbook. But
he's like, "I don't care if the kids don't do math at all. They won't do it.
Well,
they'll do it the right way or no way."
Didn't he approve 59% of the books? So he can just spread those out, right?
Yeah, you have to like just get more copies of those books, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He told 41% of books that they could take a hike.
Well, most of the high school books are okay. It was like 41% overall in all the schools, but like 75% of the K through 5s they said no.
I mean, why is it a big deal?
They're really fine combing in the K through 5 books.
Why is it a big deal at all? Like, who cares about these fucking textbook publishers?
It starts to become a slippery slope when you start talking about math and banning math books.
What could have possibly been in the math books? I'd like to see.
When you're already banning books that aren't math books, like the book we're about to talk about right now, that I wholeheartedly should agree that it should be banned, and I don't think that it's in schools. But let's talk about the _1 trending topic of yesterday, and that is, of course, gentlemen, it is Dick Fight Island. You'll see this tweet from Femboy Gaslighting at @knife_twink.
This looks like Battle Royale with dicks.
Yeah, we're going to zoom in here in a second. Currently at the F word manga section. This is the LGBTQIA plus manga or manga section. And and
you don't want to bump into someone that
Barnes and Noble.
You don't want to bump into you don't want to bump into someone that doesn't know you're gay, and that if you're like trying to hide it, that's a tough section to be in.
That's one of the books that's really getting people going, which is Dick Fight Island. Here are some of the tweets. Dick Fight Island. What is Dick Fight Island? What is Dick Fight Island?
Knife Twink. He's just promoting Dick Fight Island now.
No.
They're replying to Knife Twink.
He was also
look at
promoting
that.
Massive.
What is massive?
Whoa,
look at that.
Wow.
This is a good punishment for if you lose.
One guess.
If you lose your fantasy league, you have to spend 6 hours in the LGBTQIA plus manga category, and you have to like read the books out loud.
But this is just a meeting spot.
Yeah, this would be a good. You have to like, you know how they put people in a Waffle House for 24 hours. You put someone in that section for like 12 hours.
You got to read,
yeah.
Kind of like you're reading.
Yeah.
What do you guys think, Dick Fight Island?
Dick
it
Fight
looks
Island.
like it's about a bunch of dudes who are fighting with their dicks on an island.
Okay, that's Will's. Wes.
Looks like Lord of the Guys.
Okay. Dick Fight Island.
If you were to give a quick synopsis,
there's a bunch of Richards on an island, and they have to find out who the strongest Richard is.
It's like I said, it's Battle Royale. They're trying to kill each other with violent gay sex.
I mean, there's like two dudes who are like staring at each other. The one guy may be dead on the cover.
He's got
like,
dick down. He
nearly
got
passed out.
He got dick too hard.
Yeah.
Massive. Okay, cool. So that's why Dick Fight Island was trending. It was trending everywhere. Guys, let's talk about mask mandates. A federal judge in Florida struck down.
You're not going to tell us what Dick Fight Island's about?
Yeah. So what was that? What was any of that?
Am I right?
Dick Fight Island was trending on Twitter because of Twink Knife's
I gotta
photo.
Because of that photograph of the section of books.
Yeah,
I think it's because of the Massive book, honestly.
Yeah, Massive's way more.
Massive's
way more aggressive.
There's no reason. It's just like
someone spotted Massive.
I mean,
look, I was right. It's a competition every 4 years to decide who the new king is. The competition's a fight between champions representing the 8 clans. The men who orgasm first lose the battle.
That's pretty much exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Yeah, we totally nailed it. So was that at Barnes and Noble though? Like, what's the?
I literally have no idea. It's right before we started the show. I checked what was trending. number 1 trending was Dick Fight Island, and I saw it, and I was like, we got to talk about Dick Fight Island.
That's weird.
So do your own research. DYOR.
Interesting. Looks like it could be like a fancy porn store too. I can't.
It's
really
definitely.
It's like what's it called? I called it Battle Royale, but what's the famous story? The Mockingjay bird. What's that called? What's the
Hunger Games?
Hunger Games. It's like Hunger Games, gay Hunger Games is what it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Dick Fight Island 2 as well. Anyway, guys,
it's
the first one's better.
What's Massive about?
Massive.
You know what that's about, Wes.
I know exactly what that's about.
That guy is huge. To be fair,
that's about cultivating mass.
Yeah. To be fair, it's a very literal title.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, a federal judge in Florida struck down the federal mask mandate requirement on airplanes, trains, buses, and other public transportation on Monday. This is less than a week after the CDC extended it through May 3rd. In other news, a-holes everywhere have reportedly been meeting up online to discuss what will be their next proverbial hill that they can die on to publicly demonstrate their patriotism. Now that masks are gone, we don't know what it's going to be. We're not sure.
Are you mad the mask mandate's gone?
I'm glad the mask mandate's gone, but I think that a-holes are still going to have to find something to do on public transportation to let people know how much.
I've
they
got
love
something.
America.
Well, I mean,
got
don't
something
they
coming up
just
to-
fight people or spit on them like they always used to before?
Yeah, they'll
Give me
go back
their
to
hill.
just blatant
Fist
racism.
fights. Yeah, fist fights. Yeah.
I mean, this is classic. The classic.
I like it. I say, get rid of the mask mandates on planes and then widen Southwest seats is what I say.
I can't drink on this bus, or watch me.
Yeah, watch me.
I
do
just
that.
don't understand how the losing of the mask mandate is upsetting people so much.
No, I don't think it should be. I don't think it's
think it
upsetting
is.
that many
I don't think it
people.
really is.
I don't think it's upsetting.
It seems
people.
like a very divisive thing.
Well, always has been, but I think it's been a while and people probably the masks are annoying.
Yeah,
They're
even the most hardcore are a little bit excited about not having to wear it on a plane.
Right. Come on. Let's all drop the act. No one wants to wear the mask anymore.
It's not fun to wear a mask. I mean,
No one wants to. Okay, moving on, guys. InfoWars, Alex Jones. Wes and I interviewed him once. Whoops.
Yeah.
He's finally going to have to pay something for asserting that Sandy Hook, the massacre at Sandy Hook, didn't happen. And if you're confused about why someone could be sued in this country for just saying their opinion about whether something happened or didn't happen, let me take you back. You may remember this clip. I think I forget exactly who on the show covered this initially, but I'm going to take you back to an NBC News clip from Shaquille Brewster's live report on Hurricane Ida from back in September, where Benjamin Eugene Dagley of Worcester, Ohio, he felt the need to stop his truck when he saw Shaq reporting on the storm and give a piece of his mind. Let me know if you guys remember this one.
People were walking their dogs. They're back on the beach right now, and that's the sense that you're getting, that the rain has stopped, the wind is still going there. I think we even have a random person going around. I'm going to turn this way because, we go ahead and do that survey to make sure that they're okay. Craig, I'm going to toss it back to you because we have a person who needs a little help right now.
Hey.
whoa.
I love how the news anchor's saying, "Hey, like you got to do anything about it."
Yeah.
But he's in the studio at home. Yes. Okay. So you guys may remember our boy Benjamin Eugene Dagley. That's him. He
wants an
looks-
accurate weather report.
He looks like Dan Aykroyd a little bit. Put him back up.
Like a Gulfport, Mississippi,
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah.
So when you wonder why Alex Jones has to pay, it's because he essentially unleashed a whole rack of Dagleys on the parents of murdered 5-year-olds who got harassed for months by people who wanted them to tell the story accurately.
Right, about Sandy Hook. Yeah, he was big time. Sandy Hook is a false flag, right? That was his
the
big
kids
thing.
were child actors and stuff.
And you had a bunch of
parents are
Dagleys rolling
actors.
up on the parents, which, I wanted to put that out there for context because sometimes you forget that there's a bunch of Dagleys out there that they can't listen or watch media. They're not allowed, but they still.
Well,
do.
Alex Jones also fires his daggies up. I mean, that's his whole thing. Like he literally is stripping his shirt off and screaming into the microphone,
just sending them,
trying to get guys to get jacked up like during his broadcast, and that then they're gonna fire off some DMs to some unsuspecting parents of childhood
these
tragedies.
weren't DMs. These were show up at their houses.
There you go.
Hey, your
Take a step
5-year-old's
further.
dead.
Well, isn't that a form?
isn't he?
Isn't that a
Get her.
form of a
Get him.
direct message directly in their face?
It's a form. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a form. So, guys, IW Health.
Most aggressive DM of all.
Yeah,
Doorbell.
showing up.
Show me your child.
Direct from me to you.
IW Health, aka InfoWars Health, Prison Planet TV, and InfoWars are filing for bankruptcy officially. Now, I want to point something out here, guys. Alex Jones ran a company that was called InfoWars Health that made about $165 million in the last 8 years. But more importantly, that InfoWars said in its bankruptcy filing that it has assets from $0 to $50,000 and liabilities from $1 million to $10 million. Now, separately, a judge in Connecticut ruled that Alex Jones could have his $75,000 back that he paid in fines for failing to appear at a deposition last month. So just to recap there, $0 to $50,000 in assets for InfoWars, but somehow Jones was able to pony up $75,000 for not appearing in court.
Dude, he's got Hummers in Austin that have like megaphones attached to them. He's got
Those
millions
of dollars in
tons of money.
liabilities include a lot of loans where he has cash, probably.
Right, but he's got a ton of assets. I think this is to avoid paying a lawsuit because he's
that's my point, guys. Is that he's going to do the bankruptcy protection thing, and he's not going to pay shit.
Right, like Johnson & Johnson and everyone else. He figured out the loophole.
Oh yeah, he's pulling the rich guy card, the corporate card, the Trump card,
right. He's got plenty of money.
The Moderna, the Pfizer, if you're a blue blood, you pull this move. But Alex Jones, I don't know how he gets to pull it. Does he have like rich backers or something? What's happening here?
No, Alex Jones is worth, if I were to estimate, $45 million.
So any unscrupulous American could just pull a bankruptcy card like this.
Yeah, because he probably has multiple companies. Yeah, he has multiple LLCs, so he can pin it on one of them, right?
Oh yeah, he has enough money to pay $10 billion in legal fees, and
right. But he just picks whichever one, like you mentioned, 3 health, the health one or whatever, like the Infowars Health, which is just
an
LLC
employee over here, screwed me out of everything.
It's just a branch of Infowars that he uses to bankrupt all the time. Like,
didn't he get a divorce?
It's like a Hydra.
I bankrupted myself again with my supplement company.
Isn't he trying to hide some money from his wife? Maybe.
Probably. He did get a divorce. I had dinner with his not wife when I had dinner with
ex-wife.
him. Very young lady.
Yeah.
If I was,
I bet he's trying. Yeah. He's probably trying to hide a few bucks from her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Jury selection.
He's always trying to get in my wallet. Alex Jones,
she's running up the limits.
He's just. I mean, there's always gonna be a crowd for him because literally all he does, he just jacks people up. He just gets them, and then he just talks about crazy shit too.
We met a guy in Austin who worked with him. I won't say what his role was because I don't want to get him in trouble, but he basically said part of his job became getting Alex Jones's juice 12
his
times
uppers?
a day.
Yeah.
His juice was just cups of vodka on ice. It was straight vodka. He drank like over a handle of vodka a day.
There has to be some
Call it juice
uppers in there too, mixed in with the
Alex Jones should be like
juice,
he's like the guy on Intervention. He drinks over a handle.
He just falls where he's standing when he goes to sleep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But dude,
sun up to sundown, he's got cups of vodka.
Standing up.
He has such a rad photo.
He's down.
He's down again.
He has such a rad photo of him and a gi doing martial arts in his office. Though it's pretty rad.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
That's the most like flex thing to have in your office is a martial arts photo of yourself from back in the day. It really is. I mean, it's flex as fuck. Like, Wes, next time, is your son still doing Taekwondo? You should get a photo taken.
No, he doesn't. He got his black belt and he quit.
Oh, nice.
Smart.
Good for him. We didn't celebrate that. Congrats. I
think it was rehab.
Okay.
You gave him the fuel. Fuel the fire.
Set to begin next week in Austin in a trial to determine how much Jones has to pay. There's other trials going on in Connecticut. As well. Let's get to the top story of the day, and not because it's necessarily the biggest. That was Dick Fight Island, but just because
it's the one massive.
That's the one I want to talk about.
The cream of the crop.
This story here is massive, guys. The heat, the massive heat wave is really bearing down on freshman North Carolina rep Madison Cawthorn with elections impending. This always happens, right? He's got this challenger. He's got like 7 challengers in the primary, actually. And
so is he back in the good graces, or is he still?
They're trying to get rid of his ass.
They're still trying to get rid of him.
It's really hard to tell what's going on right now.
I think most they are.
What I do know is that people are gunning for him. So
right.
Normally you don't. I mean, he's obviously high profile because he's young and he sends dick pics all around town, allegedly in Washington D.C. But people are gunning for him big time. So that's why we have like 2 or 3 Cawthorn things to talk about at the top of the show. If people weren't gunning for him, this shit wouldn't be news. Okay, so first of all, a former aide to Representative Cawthorn, she's filing a complaint against the congressman, claiming that she was improperly denied time off after 2 unexpected family emergencies. This is according to a leaked audio tape, a leaked recording, and I have the clip. Here it is.
Elected this November, I'll be the youngest member of Congress in over 200 years. And if you don't think young people can change the world, then you just don't know American history. And my personal favorite, James Madison, was just 25 years old when he signed the Declaration of Independence.
You love that, Pat, because he didn't. Oh, we lost Pat.
No,
I'm
Pat.
back. Yeah, sorry. I was kidding. That was from when he first questioned if you knew American history, and then he thought his personal favorite, James Madison, signed the Declaration of Independence, which he didn't.
Right?
The tape is not.
Oh yeah, he's not. He is not the brightest bulb in the box. I think that's another reason why people are trying to get him out of there.
I mean, can we talk about that though? To set himself up to question if you know American history, and then to just drop wrong facts.
Right, you dunk on yourself. He dunks on himself constantly.
It's priceless.
He also, Pat. He's also is so like self unaware that he publishes pictures of his own handwriting. and he doesn't understand that his handwriting.
That's the true sign of his intelligence,
Like
is the fact that he lets his handwriting get out in the world. Yeah.
Exactly. Like a smart person with that handwriting knows that they cannot let anybody see their handwriting.
And they make an excuse like, I'm a doctor, I never had good handwriting. He doesn't do any of that. He just lets he's proud of it.
I care about the content more than the way it looks, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so there was a clip, guys, but it just wasn't interesting. But what the clip was, it was from a staffer that I guess she was saying that her uncle died and her husband had a non-lethal heart attack in the same week, right? Oh, yeah, so she tried to get off on the FMLA, the Family and Medical Leave Act.
Sure.
And essentially the call was to, and I think this is important to point out, the call was to someone who very much wants to destroy Madison Cawthorn. And how do we know that? It's because it was with David Wheeler, who co-founded the nonpartisan PAC, American Muckrakers, a.k.a. FireMadisonCawthorn.com. So that's who the call came from. So I think it was a bit of her strategizing with this guy, being like, yeah,
it doesn't sound that big. It doesn't sound that big. Her husband didn't die. He had a non-lethal heart attack. Right. It's an uncle. You got like 17 uncles, you know.
Basically, Cawthorn's like kind of, he's a hard ass boss who's going to
sounds like he's
FMLA request.
Sounds like he's a dick, but it wasn't like okay.
Right, it wasn't that bad. So Wiggins is the woman's name. She went on to make a number of other claims against her former employer, including that there are more liquor bottles in the Hendersonville office than water bottles, and that she hadn't seen the congressman she worked for since October. Essentially of accusing him of closing a bunch of offices and leaving the people of North Carolina hung out to dry. She explained
just lives in Washington, D.C. now. That's what I heard.
This is great. I love this. And the main reason I'm bringing this up because it's muckraking season, but this is a great tactic that she did. She explained that she didn't believe all the sexual assault or harassment allegations against Cawthorn. And I was like, oh, man, yeah, I forgot about those. Like, she really cleverly did that. I went back and looked at a bunch.
Right. Forget the FMLA stuff. Why don't they just go after all the dick pics and stuff? Well,
and also just keep replaying the video of him beating up the tree. That's like one of the funniest videos of all time.
It's like a thin tree.
Yeah. It's like the tree's falling apart already.
It's pretty good when he's
sapling.
He's signing the AK-47 they're giving away as a gift and cocking it while talking about an uprising against the government.
I'm
sure. It's pretty good.
He's got a lot of Civil War tape out there.
We just got to take our country back.
He does have a lot of Civil War tape.
Okay,
I'm not saying I want it, but I know it's coming. It's always that. It's always that sentence. I'm not suggesting that I want Civil War, but I damn sure know it's coming and I'm prepared for it.
But they sure are asking for it, aren't they?
I'm not saying this is the sign, but I knew if I were to give the sign that you would enact Boogaloo. Okay, so the other news out of Cawthorn's camp, and this is why it's muckrack season, because there's like 3 things coming out. The third is that he spent $5,000 of taxpayers' money on a staff retreat to a boutique hotel in North Carolina, and I don't really give a shit about that. Like,
who cares?
People are mad, I guess, because he puts. Well, it's not normal
for congressional staff, though.
I mean, you guys,
half the people don't use anything.
I'm gonna be using our card the next 3 years for like a boutique trip that I'm not gonna tell you guys about. Exactly. So I mean, that's not a big.
People are mad because he sends out tweets like this, like Democratic politicians love wasting your hard-earned tax dollars while forcing your business to shut down, right? But then,
I know, but the boutique.
I don't think that's too big.
Takes them on the vacation. Yeah, I mean those staff. I mean, it's like a little office. They got to live too. But at Cawthorn, I think look, that guy. It doesn't matter how he runs the office. His mouth got him. I think he's just going to be done. Like I don't think he can overcome himself.
Right. And even if he gets reelected, he's always going to put out bad tape because he's just a dumb
guy. Yeah. So that's why Tillis wants to get rid of him. So the senator in his own party from the state
just want to cut it off early, as opposed to like letting him become a thing for a long time.
Right. They want to end it after one.
Get him out of there.
Yeah. And so I would imagine with all the Republicans against him and all the Democrats obviously hating him, like that guy's probably toast. But you never know. I mean,
we'll see.
It's a small. That could give him more recognition. Maybe that even endears him to his little district. So we'll see.
It's a hard factor race to watch.
I think it's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, I think it's going to be.
I just tried to
bet
look
on.
up the predictor
Where
odds,
can we?
but
Yeah, where can we bet on it?
They don't have that. They
Predicted.org.
don't have that
We'll,
race.
we'll have to get them to put that up. Predicted.org/hardfactor/hard promo 40. You get $40 match for free.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
If you deposit first time depositor and predict it, it's predictit.org/promo/hardfactor40.
There you go.
That's a unique URL. Go in there, deposit $40. Predict it will match your $40.
And you have to sign up first. Like, you don't get the $40 right away. You sign up. It takes like 3 minutes. You put your name, your state, your email address, whatever, and then like you'll give them whatever. Like I use a debit card. I use my check card. So like once you put your check card in, and you say you deposit whatever, as long as it's 40 or more. Then before you hit submit, you'll see it appear. Like it's the URL. It's not like it's not a promo code. It's the URL.
Yeah. Real quick thought before we wrap up the cup of coffee, the big time. How many times? What do you think it was like for the director of the Yao Ming "Can I Write a Check" commercial?
Oh, it took forever. Can I write check?
Like how many takes?
Oh, forever. It took forever. But what does that have to do with anything?
And that's the best they got it. When you said check card, I was just thinking about.
Oh, can I write check?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
And guys,
by the way, Massive is big, burly, lascivious. And soft around the edges.
Whoa.
Welcome to the hyper masculine world of Japanese gay comics.
Whoa,
Manga.
massive.
Wow.
Interesting.
It's a whole series.
Big boys.
Check out.
Guys, if if
It's
you've
a
got
whole series.
boys, if you've gotten a postcard from Madison Cawthorn, you might be feeling weird. And I recommend that if you are feeling weird, you visit Noom Health. Guys, mental health is part of the conversation. It just is. We talk about it all the time, and we're fucking glad to destigmatize it. But when you want to mess with your mental health in a positive way, it's a constant battle to work on it, right? I personally am on medication to work on it, Prozac, right? But that's just not enough. That's taking a pill every day. It helps a little bit. What helps more is exercising your brain, and you can do that with Noom Health. It's pretty cool. So you check them with Noom Health. It's an app, just like Noom. Noom Mood. It's just like Noom, what we used to use for weight loss. Weight loss. Weight loss.
Can I write check?
But Noom Mood is here to guide you to mental wellness and give you the tools you need to tackle stress, so you feel empowered, take on whatever life throws at you. As I was saying earlier, Noom Mood is the new stuff. So Noom Mood helps you get on your personal goals, the goals that you're working towards. You've already achieved with Noom Mood. They have a coach that works with you. It takes about 10 minutes a day. It's backed by science. Lessons are based on psychological principles that teach you about relationships, stress, and anxiety. Super important. So the point being, if you want to feel better, you got to work on it every day, and Noom Mood is the way to do that. You're stronger than your stress. It doesn't get to control you. So get at it, guys. With Noom Mood, taking care of your mental wellness can be empowering. So worry less, feel happier. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/hardfactor. That is Noom, NOOM.com/hardfactor.
No, /factor. We have to change the copy. Was wrong.
Factor.
/factor. We got to update that. That's going to be a ding. /factor.
Well,
Noom.com/factor.
That could have gone worse.
Yeah. Noom.com/factor. Nailed it.
Get your try.
All right.
It really works.
Can I write check? Wellness. All right. Look,
Wellness.
This marriage. This one was submitted
one more time, yeah.
by Hard Factor J. Noom.com/factor. Hard Factor J, thanks for sending this one in. And it's proof that we cannot have nice things anymore. Okay? We can't have nice things on a plane. We can't have nice things in hotel rooms. Louis C.K. And we can't have nice things in Ubers or Lyfts or ride shares anymore because, guys, this weekend, a man was arrested in San Mateo, California for whipping it out and masturbating to his 23-year-old female Uber driver.
Whoa. This probably happens a lot.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I mean,
because we're discussing people.
Backseat or front seat, though?
He was in the back seat. He was leaning into the front seat. He was doing the middle, it was just him, so he was getting in the middle.
Dirty dogs. He was trying to get away with
the rear of your mirror. You know,
it wasn't like he was approaching her with the D, like, "Hey, is this a liaison you'd be interested in the front seat?"
He started he was trying to get laid for sure. So he was trying. So the man was 30-year-old Ed Holmes. I wonder if comedic actor Ed Helms got some notifications over the weekend for this story. Probably, right? It's in California. Come on. They're probably like, "What are you doing, Ed?"
Yeah, he got a lot of texts from his buddies.
You're masturbating in the
What's
ride
up with
share?
this, Ed?
Yeah. Tough times, Ed. Yeah, so it was in California as well. But younger, creepier, less famous.
What did you lose
Ed
your
Holmes.
tooth, Ed? Are you upset?
Yeah, The Hangover Part 4. But younger, creepier, less famous Ed Holmes, he got right in the ride share, and he noticed immediately that his driver was hot. So he was like, okay. All right. She was
like, this is gonna be a problem for both of us.
Yeah.
How long you been driving Uber for?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like what, 30 hours, 40 hours a week?
Yeah.
Has it replaced your other job yet?
Yeah. She was driving him crazy is what she was doing. And so he immediately started bringing up sex out of the blue. Like, hey, how about that sex? It's pretty good, huh? I'm a big fan of having full contact sex. Woo! You guys like sex? It feels great. And then so she was like, what? What are you talking about? Ed from Uber that I picked up? And Ed, so he was getting no response from her.
She's like, you're not Ed Helms.
Yeah, you're not Ed Helms. I thought you were Ed Helms. I would have sex with him. But she started like ignoring him, turn up the music, and she was like, "What was this guy talking about?" But Ed would not be.
Don't turn up the music on Ed.
No,
that's when he could unzip.
Ed
with no worries.
Ed was not going to be deterred, guys. This was
louder.
Yeah, exactly. So he just continued to talk only about sex. He was saying things like, "How about this weather? It feels really good, but not as good as sex," and just things like that. And
are you an independent contractor?
Enough of this small talk. Let's talk about sex. And the hot driver turned around at this point and said, "Ed, that's enough. I'm going to 1-star you. That's a fact. But if you want the ride to be completed and me not to pull over, you need to stop talking about sex and humping me, basically." And so he said, "Okay." So Ed just stopped talking and started whacking. That's when he just closed the mouth and opened the pants. And he was, trying to make eye contact with her through the rearview mirror. You know how when you're in the back seat and you look in the rearview mirror to make contact with the driver. So he's doing that number because he's still convinced he can get laid at this point is the thing. So
he
unfortunately,
thinks this is the way in. He's like, well, she didn't respond to my words, so now if I just start masturbating vigorously in front of her, that'll seal the deal.
Maybe she's one of those.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words.
Might as well try it, Ed.
Yeah. He's like, have you ever read the Massive series? So he's whacking it, right? And at this point, they're on the highway, and she just screeches across the highway, gets off at the next exit, and pulls over and says, "Get out of the car." And Ed, still not deterred, slowly gets out of the car, but as he's, about to shut the door, he leans in over her shoulder one last time, and he goes, "If you want, I can show you my genitals." And she said, "I'm okay. And if you could please shut the door." And he did. And then she sped off and she had called the cops. So pretty much, right after that, about 20 minutes later, the cops found Ed meandering around the area. He was dropped off.
Waiting for another Uber.
Yeah, waiting for another Uber to harass. Like he was like
passing on male drivers.
Canceling male drivers. So many cancels on me. He had a $500 Uber bill, but he didn't care.
The cancel button is my swipe left.
Yeah.
How drunk was he? Did he end up getting picked up?
This was at 4 p.m. This was midday, mind you. So
Oh.
Ed's just horny.
In broad daylight.
It was in broad daylight. So the cops end up searching Ed, and they find that he has a completely concealed steak knife in his pocket, a 5-inch bladed steak knife with basically nothing else. It was just like wrapped in a paper towel because he was going to stab someone if they didn't have sex with him.
No.
Jesus.
Ed Holmes.
Yeah. Ed thought it was going to be like this, in the Uber, and it was more like
like the chase with Charlie Sheen.
Exactly, that scene where she's hooking up with him, he's driving, and it was more like this. Meet Uber driver Jonathan. It's a little creepier than he thought. So yeah,
Yikes.
he's off the streets now.
That's good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good for Uber drivers everywhere.
Cool off, Ed.
It's tough. I've always my wife's like has dabbled in whether she wanted to be an Uber driver, and I'm like, there's probably a lot of Eds around though.
Cool your jets, Ed.
Yeah. Anyways,
you think he can ride an Uber again, or do you think he's just like on a suspension for?
That's a life suspension.
I think it's life. It's life from that app.
It's a lifetime ban.
He's gonna have to go to the other app. If yeah.
The lift Like, they'll just be able to download it, no problem.
He's got to create a whole new account, like with a
Right.
fake name and a fake address. It's like he's got to be picked up at his neighbor's house, so he's going to have to walk out early and like wait in front of his neighbor's house.
Well, you know, sometimes you get picked up by a
'Cause his
driver.
address
He's
is
gonna figure it
blocked.
out.
Yeah.
He's gonna figure it out.
Oh yeah. It's like the Seinfeld episode where they like were just outside of the delivery zone for like the Chinese food. He's gonna figure it out.
What were you saying, Pat?
What were you saying, Pat?
Oh, you know, sometimes you get picked up by like an Uber driver and it's not who it says it is on that
Right.
app.
It's always
Yeah,
confusing.
That's
yeah.
scary.
This
It's like
is
the
a bad
husband and wife are
situation.
sharing an account.
Exactly. That's what you
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
But it also could be that, you know,
Not
the dude's-
good.
The dude's
Maybe he
buddy
killed the woman.
was
Now he's
beating
just
off
driving her car.
in the back.
Yeah.
booth. Yeah.
Yeah, not good. That's
Never
never
know.
a good scenario.
And
Yeah.
you're like,
So
oh, so you should share with your husband, and she's like, what?
Mhm.
And you're like, oh man.
I imagine Ed's probably tough to employ. He might be a small business owner like we are, right? And as small business owners, we don't think our small business is that small, okay?
No.
But at the same time, we can't afford to miss out on opportunities to grow and keep our customers wanting more. And guess what? We saw an opportunity with Stamps.com to save time and money and get our materials out there. So thank you, Stamps.com. And guys, don't waste either your time or money with repeated trips to the post office. With Stamps.com, you can skip the trip and focus on how to take your small business to the next level. Stamps.com lets you print postage right from your computer and saves you money in the process, so you can spend less time at the post office and more time making your customers happy. And they've been doing it for more than 20 years with over 1 million customers. So million businesses, I should say. That's pretty good.
Satisfied.
Pretty good. That's not small to me. Stamps.com gives you access to all the post office and UPS shipping services you need right from your computer. And guess what? You get huge discounts. I'm talking about up to 40% off USPS rates. And how about 76% off UPS?
Whoa.
Get
Whoa.
fucked, right?
Too
Whether
good to
you're,
be true.
yeah,
That's massive.
that's insane. That's massive right there.
That's massive. That's a massive discount.
Yeah.
Oh, that is massive.
That's chapter 1 of Massive. The guy's using Stamps.com and he gets ripped. Whether you're in office, sending invoices, a side hustle, Etsy shop, or full-blown warehouse shipping out orders, Stamps.com will make your life easier, okay? All you need is a computer and standard printer. That's it. No special supplies or equipment. You get any letter, any package, anywhere sent from, up to minutes. You're sending it out. Stop overpaying for shipping with Stamps.com. Sign up with promo code HARDFACTOR for a special offer that includes a 4-week free trial, plus free postage, plus a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com, click that microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code HARDFACTOR.
Nice. And before we get to today's TikTok International Moment, one more word from another incredible sponsor of today's show, Sunday Lawn Care. If you're like me, you have no idea at all how to care for a lawn. You're just a complete idiot when you go into a yard.
But you want it to be good looking. Yeah.
You look at it and you're like, man,
Come on.
if I knew what to do, this yard would look incredible.
Yeah.
But you don't, and so your yard just always looks like shit because you don't know what to do. You don't look it up. You don't know anything. If that's me.
Me
but
too.
Not since I got signed up with Sunday Lawn Care, because they'll just do everything for you. You just sign up at Sunday, and they'll take care of the rest. Sunday can help you grow a beautiful lawn without the guesswork or the nasty chemicals. Everything is like safe around the kids and the pets. Their custom plans include fertilizer and everything you need to easily care for your lawn, and seeds if you need to plant seeds, with ingredients like seaweed, iron, and molasses. You can feel good with kids and pets being around anytime. All you have to do is visit sunday.com and put in your address. And their lawn analysis tool, getsunday.com, and put in your address, and their lawn analysis tool does the rest. Like it's really cool. They sort of do an analysis of your yard, tell you exactly the kind of grass you need, exactly the kind of fertilizer,
like Texas, huh? Okay.
weed control, anywhere you need to be.
Yeah,
Sunday can take care of
exactly.
you. And then they use a soil and climate data to create a personal nutrient plan delivered to your door exactly when you need it. Literally, the boxes show up. You attach it to the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose, spray it. Takes less than 15 minutes. And best of all, Sunday really works. And Sunday is offering our listeners 20% off all their packages. Full season plans start at just $129, and you can get 20% off at checkout. On top of that, when you visit getsunday.com/factor, that's 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com/factor.
There's no easier way to impress someone else's wife in your neighborhood than to have a nice lawn.
That's saying you can have people over and insult the neighbors, like
and your insults land so much harder when they're on like somebody standing barefoot on your like fluffy grass.
Like the lawn, Craig.
I mean,
we can tell you're barefoot. You enjoying the lawn, Craig? Yeah.
Sure.
Your wife walks around this. I see your wife walking up and down the street a lot, you know?
She's looking at my lawn, Craig.
Yeah. You got to get that Sunday. It's going to get your yard looking nice. All right, guys.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
It is. Thank you, Darcel. Today's TikTok International Moment will take us first to China for a pretty funny clip, and then to France for something truly terrifying. Close it up with some in-flight entertainment from space.
Whoa.
In the middle. So first up, China, and thank you to intern Al for finding this Twitter account called Eventful China. And it just reports like crazy Chinese videos from like Weibo and like Chinese TikTok. And so let's just watch two of them that they've posted recently.
Please.
This one, let's meet Big White. And this is a video of just all the people in the germ suits. It says Big White, the nickname given by people for those medical personnel or COVID control volunteers wearing the whole body anti-germ, I think they mean germ uniform. Yeah. Many of the Big White have tasted the flavor of power and don't even want the COVID to end.
Okay. So, I feel that. Big White.
You see how many Big Whites?
That's terrifying, yeah.
How many guys do you think that is in that Weibo video?
500 at least.
At least in this little alley, like mountain up to like go like
Squid Game.
Could be more. Yeah, it does look like Squid Games.
It does. Yeah. And then Eventful China posted this one. Here's a video of Big White showing off a little bit their new electric hoverboard situation.
Oh wow.
The wagon.
That's just a wagon on a Segway.
Yeah.
My wife has. Oh
no! Oh no! Big White. Let's watch that again.
We have that same wagon. Oh, he's got no hands. Oh, he got it. The wagon. The wagon flat tired him. The wagon stepped on his Segway. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible because it's a firm metal hand.
No, look at the wagon wheel.
Hoverboard.
Do it again.
An electric hoverboard. Yeah.
Show it again. Watch the wagon wheel. It catches up to his Segway.
Oh, you're right. He pulls it on himself.
Yeah. The wagon took him out. You know, like you step on someone's Achilles and their shoe comes off. He flat tire. We call it a flat tire. Yeah.
Yeah. No idea why the Big Whites are doing that. But
it was really him bending his arm.
He brought it too close to himself. It's like when you bring your suitcase into your ankle. Yeah. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
Except he was on an electric hoverboard and he wiped out face first, face plant.
That's a dental work fall.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, luckily there's other Big Whites around to pick him up.
You better hope the CCP has a good dental plan. Must be very satisfying for Chinese citizens locked inside their home to see your hazmat like suited captors face plant on their hoverboards from time to time out the window.
Yeah, that's
got to be the best.
It's got to be pretty satisfying. All right, let's get out of China. We don't want to get locked in our apartments and take it to space on the way to France.
Before we do, can we talk about how a listener sent us the video of the Indian guys fucking the lizard?
Oh, sure. That's on the way to space from China. Yeah.
Certainly did.
Wes, how was that? Nobody else has seen it yet besides you. How?
It was graphic.
They're really giving it to that lizard, huh?
They certainly were. Took him a while to get it in, but once he got it in, he was good to go.
That's the lizard into it at all, or
no? Dude, it's not good.
How long did you stay on the screen?
10 seconds.
Okay.
Just until he got it in.
So 15.
I just wanted to see if he could get it in.
Oh man,
gross, dude.
Gross.
All right. Yeah. So they actually the police released that video.
Not a fake news story. Yeah.
Indian police releasing that video is a wild move. All right. We're on to the in-flight entertainment, fellas. This one comes to us from the International Space Station. You can see here that the Russian cosmonauts did some installations up on the ISS on Monday, April 18th. Here's what NASA had to say about it. They said, during the initial, the first spacewalk, the cosmonauts will install and connect a control panel for the European robotic arm, a 37-foot long manipulator system mounted to the recently arrived Nauka multi-purpose laboratory module. They will also remove protective covers from the arm and install handrails on the Nauka. The arm will be used to move spacewalkers and payloads around the Russian segment of the station, said an unnamed nerd from NASA's Chicago office. And you guys can see the video playing there. And that's pretty nuts, right? Looking at these cosmonauts, like literally installing shit like in space.
It must be so hard with those gloves, man.
Right.
Trying to like sun back there.
Yeah, it's like the Earth and the sun and the moon and shit. Like,
gotta be nerve wracking.
Yeah,
that's gotta be nerve wracking.
So crazy because like if you were to like not clip yourself and accidentally fall off, you're just going to space.
Yeah, I was trying to bring a cooler down these steep steps when we went to the lake this weekend, and I was having a panic attack bringing a cooler down these steps. I couldn't imagine.
Look at these guys
floating in space,
they're
trying
looking
to
up at
repair
the
something.
of the Earth. Yeah, like it's insane.
Also, payloads is such a hilarious like space term that they use all the time.
Yes,
they love to use payloads.
They love payloads, and the ISS is a real party right now because the Russians are installing a fresh robotic arm for themselves in the Russian part of the ISS.
Waving.
And then SpaceX is now just like constantly flying private scientists, U.S.
So many payloads,
European astronauts, payloads central up there.
Yeah.
So it's just
they should change SpaceX to payloads.
And if you go up to the ISS, this guy might be there, Dr. Josef. From NASA, Dr. Josef Schmidt,
a hologram
from NASA, who can now visit people on the ISS via Holoport. What? Yeah, Mark. That's Dr. Josef. He can visit an astronaut, have a little chat with them, and
that's not creepy at all. Yeah,
there's his whole team. Dr. Josef and his whole team could come and look at you inside.
They can see what you're doing.
Oh yeah,
so unnecessary.
You can see what they're doing.
Just pop in.
You're like reading Massive secretly. They're like,
whatever.
They're like, no one will know that I'm reading Massive on the space station. And then Dr. Joseph and his team pops in on you.
Oh, is that Massive?
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
NASA said, we use this for our private medical conferences, private psychiatric conferences, private family conferences, and to bring VIPs onto the space station to visit with astronauts.
Oh, nice. It's like Chris Pine. It's like, oh, look, it's Star Trek's Chris Pine.
That's good for the families.
Yeah, Chris Pine pops in on you. Chris!
Oh, shit, it's a Holoport.
Yeah.
Then the NASA guy started feverishly talking about the new SpinLaunch facility in New Mexico that uses a vacuum-sealed centrifuge to reduce the need for rocket fuel by spinning things to launch at 5,000 miles per hour.
That thing looks cool. That thing looks cool. Yeah.
Cool,
NASA
dude.
signed a contract with them, and that's the end of the in-flight entertainment for today. We've landed in France, fellas. Finally, we've landed in Paris.
Sacre bleu.
Time for some baguettes, some cheese, and maybe some sex, right?
Yeah. Oui.
Wrong. This time we're in Paris to watch them open a mysterious lead sarcophagus that was discovered in March 2022 after the famed Notre Dame Cathedral was undergoing repairs. Because of the fire in 2019 that should have burned pretty much everything in the church, except it certainly didn't burn the solid lead sarcophagus.
Oh no!
It was under the floor.
Do not open that fucking sarcophagus, bro.
That's awesome.
It burns everything but the sarcophagus.
Do not open that.
They're opening it, Pat.
That's like, come on, dude. Like, what? When have you ever seen a sarcophagus made of lead?
There's a vampire. There's definitely a reason it's made of lead.
Well, they could have gone wood.
Yeah,
they went lead.
It doesn't trap the thing quite as well. The lead does, though.
Well, it'll withstand a fire, guys, is really what it'll do.
And it did. A historic fire. Probably by the design of what I'm thinking is a vampire inside. Who knows? Now they are going to open the coffin, Pat.
Who is going to open the coffin?
The Sacre Bleu, the French. Now they're going to open the coffin at an undisclosed date in an undisclosed facility. And archaeologists have already used an endoscopic camera to peer inside the casket.
They want a glimpse at hell before it envelops them.
Okay, all clear.
Yeah, you think whatever's in there wasn't fucking hiding from the camera, dude?
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
They know. Listen to this. It detected cloth, and organic matters such as hair. So there's definitely somebody inside.
Yeah, fucking mummy.
There's still hair.
Dude, it's a vampire. And I'll tell you what.
It's a vampire.
If you come home from work and you tell your lady, like, honey, you'll never believe what happened today at work. You know the old Notre Dame Cathedral? Craziest thing. We're in the basement. Lead Sarcophagus, right? And they say that I get to open it.
Yeah. They're giving me the honors.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah. I'm out.
You're cursed. Yeah. You're cursed for life for sure. The casket's at least as old as the 1300s, they think, maybe even older. I'd say
I don't think you should have hair at that point. Doesn't hair go away after 500, 700,
just
800
put it back
years?
in the fucking floor, right?
Yeah.
But the French have other plans.
There's got to be some treasures in there. You know there is.
That's true, Wes. It's greed.
They bury those motherfuckers with all their jewels back in the day.
And that's what they do say. Actually, on the serious tip, they're saying that the lead casket is a sign of it was like a real baller. So that's what probably why they do want to open it up.
So why don't you steal Dracula's jewels as well while you're at it? That'll go over well.
I'll open that fucking sarcophagus.
Thanks to Lombard Trucking for that, Gem.
Yeah, the French scientists found that, and it was certainly written ironically, "Do not open" on the front of it. But back then, that meant open.
Could have meant anything. Couldn't mean anything. I'm just gonna pull this golden cross out of this guy's chest.
Right. Yeah.
This looks valuable. So with this golden stake.
Golden stake.
Surely.
Oh man.
Fucking idiots, man.
They're not gonna even tell us the day that they're gonna do it.
No.
Wes will tell you.
You'll hear about it.
Very clear. Undisclosed
Dude, straight up. Okay, Will, what does that tell you? What does it tell you? Because dude,
it's dangerous.
They've been popping sarcophaguses on Discovery Channel for the last fucking 25 years.
Yeah, you can't do this one on TV.
Yeah, because there's something wrong. There's something wrong with it.
Yes, obviously. All lead and there's hair.
Undisclosed what?
Long, luscious hair.
What are you afraid of?
The French, look at how cocky the French are. They're just like doing press conferences right on top of it. Like they're just like, look at this thing.
Those guys are all dead.
Awesome.
Every single one of those motherfuckers is dead.
Well, also, I mean, at a minimum, it's going to release like a disease. At a minimum, the body's diseased. You know,
second COVID. What if they have like ancient?
So I'm saying.
COVID?
Right. Why is France going to open like they haven't even gotten over COVID over there yet? Like,
I know.
maybe don't open the sarcophagus.
I'd say leave it.
The sarcophagus is welded shut for some reason. We're not sure of it.
The lead keeps the coronavirus in.
Yeah.
We didn't even know how they had welding at this era.
They had to create it for this thing.
Listen, I couldn't resist opening the lizard fucking video. They're opening this sarcophagus.
No.
It's actually
right, but did you regret it?
Yeah, I did a little.
Yeah, so they're going to regret it. You did regret it.
One solid piece of
Curiosity,
lead
though.
that was molded around whatever's in there. It's gonna be real hard to get it open. We're gonna figure out a way.
Yeah, this one's fucked up.
That's crazy. Okay. It is. It's Tuesday. You know what that means? It's time for tacos and some porn, right? Every Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, every Tuesday. So I got two stories for you. They have an overall porn theme to them. And the first is also a Fools That Work in School. So let's go there to Houston, Texas, where one teacher's life is over. And that man's name is Kevin Welchel. Poor Kevin. He was a history teacher at Klein Collins High School in Houston. He's been a teacher for 12 years or so and was teaching world history there for 4 years. He's close to retiring at 12 years being a teacher. That's pretty close to retiring, I think. So one day in class, Kevin was taking a little Kevin time, doing a little planning for what when the arduous day of teaching was over. He was shopping around, if you will, only he wasn't shopping for groceries to cook a nice dinner that night. He was shopping for which disgusting porn he was going to feverishly jerk off to as soon as he locked his apartment doors.
Okay.
That's what Kevin was doing. So now Kevin was doing everything by the book.
Pre-planning.
Yeah, he was doing a little pre-planning. He was watching the porn on his work laptop with students in his classroom, volume way down. He would occasionally type something on the keyboard so it's not look suspicious. I guess he hit the wrong button, and all of a sudden, Kevin shared his computer screen to the entire class on the room's humongous projector screen. Oh, no. And normally reserved for class instruction, not hardcore and degrading porn.
He just screams, "What?" Throws his laptop.
Amateur move, man.
Someone hacked me.
How is this guy ballsy enough to watch on the school computer?
He's a fucking porn ball.
Psycho.
Yeah. Mr. Welch, why does the girl have lipstick all over her mouth and eyeshadow dripping down her face? Why is that man with the huge erection spitting on her? Man, you're fired, Mr. Welch.
This looks like
massive.
Yeah, this looks like the guy from Dick Island.
So
how'd you get my manga books? Look at that guy.
Oh man,
just showing just enough ass.
That's the Japanese guy.
Big guy.
He's chiseled.
He's the big Japanese guy. So of course, in a statement put out by the school, they said the individual was immediately removed and is no longer employed by the district. Law enforcement filed charges that have been accepted by the district attorney's office. And he's going to be charged with a display of harmful material to a minor, which is a class A misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail and $4,000. And now, before we move on, I want you guys to imagine Kevin sitting at home, the worst day of his life. He's just at his lowest point, and he turns on the news, and he sees this.
Now, we're still waiting for police to release a mugshot of that teacher. When we do get it, of course, we'll post it to our website, fox26houston.com. We'll also keep you up to date there with when this teacher is expected in court and all of the latest developments.
As soon as they get the mugshot, they'll put it on the website for you.
Just waiting on it, Kev.
Yeah.
I mean, if this guy didn't share his porn intentionally, I would he absolutely shouldn't be a teacher anymore, but not a life-ruining offense.
No,
wait
he shouldn't
minute.
get a year in jail.
Watching porn.
No. He's not going to get a year in jail. It says up
no,
to a
get
year
fired.
in jail.
Probation, right?
He should never be allowed to teach again in that state or for 5 to 10 years. I mean, you can't just
go to a different state.
Probably no
blast. You can't just blast porn to students, even if it's on accident.
He's willing to watch porn on his school computer.
This is 10 times worse than the woman who got hacked and then someone in school kept airdropping her video.
Worse.
That was completely an accident because everyone's got a nude of themselves or something on their phone.
Yeah.
And this guy was watching porn. And he hit the wrong button. He that was going to happen soon. That was going to happen at some point because he probably did it every day, right?
Yes. It just shows he's a poor decision maker.
Yeah, he was going to happen
around a Bluetooth speaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Remember that guy? He blamed it on the neighbor.
Yeah, he goes to the toilet and bam, all of a sudden.
Yeah, you can hear it. You got it when you're watching porn. When you're watching porn, you got to make sure your Bluetooth's not on. It's like that guy from England he had a baby and his wife, and he was like, the neighbors keep blasting porn into the baby's thing.
How did I get access to the Bluetooth?
He just couldn't turn off his Bluetooth. Yeah, it's just flag it that big.
I mean, it's the first thing.
It made the news.
It's the first thing I do. If I'm going to watch any porn on any phone. I'm checking Bluetooth off.
Yeah, off.
Like Kevin should have been checking screen share impossible.
Yeah. Number one thing is when you watch porn, Bluetooth off.
VPN on. Bluetooth
that's it's not optional. It's just off.
Yeah.
And then make sure you close your windows. Well, that's the story that Pat wanted me to tell. I was jerking off. I was working at a production company on Capitol Hill, and I was at home the night before jerking off, and I didn't close my tabs. I just closed my computer.
You would have treated it and just went to bed.
I just
you're like, that was too good.
I did the Alex Jones.
Yeah,
it's late, Wes. You better go to bed.
The job is done.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's start snoring right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The lights are on. Yeah.
You didn't even throw away the tissues.
And brush my teeth.
Slept next to those nasty ass dirty tissues.
I'll be back later, ladies.
Yeah.
I'll just come on myself.
That's right.
Let's go to bed.
I'll take a shower in the morning. So, of course, the tab is the last thing that's open. So when I get to work the next day, I open up my computer and it just starts blaring porn in front of my boss. And I had to start singing to mask the porn sounds, and I had to run out of the office.
Maniac.
I look like a maniac. Yeah. Yeah.
What song did you sing?
I have no idea. It was just like, and I just ran out of the
would walk 10,000 miles.
I would walk 10,000 more.
That was terrible. So
it was on a good part too because it was right after you came, so it was definitely like a very vulgar part of the video.
She's getting rammed.
She was getting wrecked.
Did anybody ask you about it afterwards?
No. I think they didn't want to ask me about it.
They just fired it.
Yeah.
What was with the singing? Why did you start singing after you played porn?
You didn't get
why do you walk down the street with your computer open, feverishly closing tabs on Capitol Hill?
You just smash it on the sidewalk.
Yeah. anything. Okay, one more before we close out today. Let's go to Huntington, by God, West Virginia, where a lover's quarrel ended up getting them each 60 counts of animal cruelty charges. Now, how do you get those? Well, the answer is simple. It's a whole lot of jealousy, neglect, and guinea pigs. Okay, you see, David Caserta was lacking some attention from his woman Katrina. Katrina was giving all of it away to someone else, and that someone else was her dozens of guinea pigs. So finally, David had had enough. So while Katrina was asleep, he gathered up all her guinea pigs and dumped them in the woods behind a porn store. And here's the local news story. I want you to pay close attention to this. Just what a putz this guy is in this news report at the end.
Humane officers say one of them abandoned dozens of guinea pigs behind an adult bookstore in Huntington.
It's wild to see. Katrina Hogsett and David Caserta are facing animal cruelty charges. This is some video back from their arraignment that just happened a few minutes ago. News Channel 3's Shannon Litton explains the unusual scenario.
They're the unlikely heroes in any story.
Animal rescues, animals in general, period, is not what we think about at the adult store.
Timothy Mounier says he got a call from Virginia Vargas, one of his employees.
She actually turned her video around. I was like, look what we just found beside the store.
Full name West
Virginia
Vargas.
To me, what it seemed like millions of guinea pigs just running around, and so I went around the bin here, around the gate.
Huntington Campbell Wayne.
I want to see some pervs going into the sex store, getting on camera by accident, shielding their face.
Look at Sean Littleton making a difference.
Well, it turns out the men then waited for the woman to fall asleep, packed up all the guinea pigs, and dumped them around this fence behind me. And to her surprise, Vargas says the woman called the store.
She reached out to us and told us that her boyfriend stole them and got rid of them. So she was trying to get them back, but I don't think that's going to happen.
When you see them up there, you know, kind of scourging around, it does seem like more than just 50, but glad those babies are okay.
Yeah, the officer Rutherford said he was out there with infrared then afterwards, just to make sure, looking through the, just to see at night if maybe they might have missed one or two.
I mean, it would be easy for some of them to run off.
Yeah, right in the woods like that.
Yeah, right
in
the woods.
That's their natural habitat.
They do look like more than 50. You're right. They're small and many.
And provided 2 bags of
good observation, Sarah.
Yeah, right in the woods. Yeah,
and that's a store I've been to.
Ahead of them to recover fully. So if you want to,
the woods are right there behind the store.
I'll tell you, these woods are vast behind this store.
They're real. A couple steps away, if I recall.
Great for them to run into.
And click on Shannon's story.
Do you hear me? Said the guinea pigs have a long way to recover. So,
they look fine.
They're fine. They probably want to be left out there.
Why they dramatize the guinea pigs so much?
So much infrared. Oh my God!
Well, they're out there making the faces, noises. Looks like there's a million of them.
Did you hear her say all of them scourging around? She was so worked up by the guinea pigs, she made up a fake word.
Yeah, this is huge. So.
She had no idea what to say about the guinea pigs.
But yeah, just imagine that guy like trying to quietly steal 60 squealing guinea pigs. You know, like in the middle of the night. That's
quiet down, Davey, Stevie, Carrie.
He's grabbing their tails and throwing them back in the box. Yeah.
How did this girl not wake up for any of that? I mean,
did you look at her?
She was passed out.
She was passed out.
Yeah,
she was out.
With a needle in her arm, probably.
Or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's not getting up till
the
sun's up tomorrow. You know.
Right. Yeah.
You want to hear a West Virginia maiden call?
Yeah.
I bought her some extra that night.
Pills.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here, you take the big half.
Yeah, you take the big half, sweetie. You've had a long week.
You're not trying to get me to go to sleep, are you? No.
That half's probably 11 milligrams. This half's probably 9.
Probably, sadly, exactly how it went down.
You take the fat one, huh?
Yeah. All right, that's that. There's the porn story. So if you want to adopt a guinea pig, you can, though. If you want one of these porn guinea pigs, they're at some shelter where they're recovering. Just look up guinea pig porn and you'll be able to find.
Look up guinea pig porn. Look up guinea pig porn.
And you're in business.
You'll find exactly what you're looking for.
Do it at work.
At your work computer, yeah. If you're a teacher, get in there. Guinea pig porn.
All right, let's do the wheel.
Just look it up and you'll know what's happening. All right, tomorrow Cup of coffee in the big time will be.
Oh, it's gonna be close. Will. Yep.
Woo.
There you go.
All right.
Plus, are sweating it out.
Back on the coffee. TikTok will be International Moment.
It's looking like me.
From Marv.
That's right. We're going all over the place.
There we go. That's tomorrow's lineup.
All right. So we will see you tomorrow. Hey, check out the store.hardfactor.com. We got some Fatboy Summer. I know there's a lot of you freeloading motherfuckers out there that haven't given us a dime and have been listening to 924 episodes now. Yeah, maybe buy a shirt or a hat. And
there you go.
They actually are really great quality, and we want you to have them. Look at Will's hat. It's
I'm wearing the whole outfit today.
Yeah.
That's the Jamaica, the Tiz. I'm
ordering my Fatboy Summers a size low because the fat-a-thon.
There you go. That's right. But
finally gonna squeeze into them.
There you go. But even if you don't order a shirt, we love you. Better if you did order a shirt, but we love you anyway. But
so cool. I mean, you look cool too in the shirt.
Yeah, you look so much better.
It'd be massive if you bought a shirt.
It would be. You'd look so massive.
You would be the king of Dick Fight Island.
Yeah,
every 4 years, thrones up for grabs.
But hey, enjoy your tacos, enjoy your porn, and most importantly, have a great fucking day.